Did you want to help me do this video? Did you want to help? You want to help me do this video? What do you have to say? Oh. Did you have a good breakfast? How was it? Do you want to say hi to everyone? Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Ah! Crazy. If you want to be a part of this video, you need to just sit there and be calm. Decide what you're going to do. My pumpkin. Okay, bye. Sorry for that distraction. Mika decided to be a part of this video. It's a very impromptu video because I have had a bit of a situation happening to my skin that I wanted to share with you so that I can hopefully prevent the same thing from happening to you guys. So if you haven't already noticed, hopefully there's not a lot of Mika fur on my face. If I get really close to the lens, let me actually darken it so you can see it a little better. If you take a close look at my skin, we're gonna call it a breakout for now, and then I'm gonna explain later what it is. But you can see I have all these breakouts across my face, mainly on the cheeks and chin. And there is a reason for that. So let me give you guys a bit of a backstory on how this occurred. So I wanna say it's been about a day and a half since this first appeared. I got out of the shower, I looked in the mirror, I was about to film that day, and when I looked in the mirror, I was like, whoa, Melissa, when was the last time you shaved your face? You're looking a little bit like Teen Wolf, the bigote is coming to get you, the peach fuzz. So I reach into my drawer that contains my facial razors. They're usually like little eyebrow razors that are a little longer than the average ones that are meant for brows. So I open the drawer, there's no razors. I'm completely out. I don't even know how I let myself run out because I always buy them in bulk. Well, actually, I know how I run out of them so quickly. I use them to open up my packages, my mail, which isn't a good idea. Completely out of razors, and then I remember having received this amazing PR package a while back containing a bunch of beauty tools like razors, a bikini razor, and also a facial epilator. And I remember this tool specifically because a long time ago when I did do a video here on YouTube on my face shaving routine, I got a lot of recommendations to look into an epilator because it completely removes the hair from the follicles. So it's essentially tweezing the hair. It's kind of like, I guess, similar to waxing in that you're not cutting the hair or shaving it like you would with a razor. You're completely removing it from the hair follicle. So the hair grows back a lot nicer, thinner. It doesn't have that blunt cut to it, so the hair doesn't feel spiky. So I was recommended to use an epilator because it also prolongs how quickly the hair comes back. So I remember seeing the words epilator on the box. So I opened up the cabinets underneath my bathroom sink to pull out this tool that I remember had been sitting there for a while. I just didn't think to use it because I am a creature of habit. If something works for me, I tend to keep using it and I don't really switch up my routine. But because I was out of razors, I was like, hey, this is a perfect time to give this a try. So this is a facial epilator. The way it works is when you turn it on, it can rotate in either direction. And as it's rotating, it is removing the hair from the follicle. It's not cutting it like a razor would. So I'm using it, it's working great. I even used it on my knuckles and other areas that I wanted to test out. I even used it on Kyle's shoulder hair. It worked great. I was like, wow, this is so nice. I don't have to, and you can reuse this. I don't have to use the disposable razors. It worked great. So that was that. I removed the hair with the epilator. So I carried on with the rest of my day like I normally would. I didn't end up filming because I had a bunch of stuff to do, a bunch of errands. So I didn't actually get around to filming a makeup tutorial. However, at night, I really wanted to test out some new drugstore products because I wanted to film an all drugstore fall or holiday makeup look for you guys. So I was testing out a bunch of new product, new foundation, new powder, new concealer. I was putting on a lot of makeup. Fast forward to the next morning, I wake up and cue the dun dun dun. I look at my skin and I'm like, whoa, what is happening? I woke up with all of these little breakouts that at the time had whiteheads. So they were looking a little pussy and inflamed. It's definitely calmed down a little now. It's not as bad as it was the first day. And I had to think back as to what I had used, and I hadn't used any new skincare. I keep my skincare pretty minimal. It's still the same as my skincare routine from this past summer that I uploaded here on my channel. But when I really thought about it. I was like, what did I do differently yesterday that could have caused this? And the only thing I did differently was use the facial epilator. I also applied makeup, like I mentioned. I played with a bunch of makeup within the 24 hours of having removed the hair, which normally whenever I do shave my face, I wait a whole day before applying any sort of makeup to my skin. And then I really thought about it and I'm like, that's the reason I stopped waxing in the first place. So back, I think during college, I used to always get my mustache waxed because it just felt a lot cleaner, nicer, but every time I went in for a wax, I would get a series of breakouts. So I decided to stop waxing and moved into shaving with the little eyebrow razors because I felt as if the breakouts almost looked worse after waxing versus just having the hair on the face. I'd rather have the hair than the breakouts. The breakouts were a little more visible. So I feel as if it was a combination of using a facial epilator, overworking my skin that night by applying makeup, because afterwards, the next morning as well, I got on stories and I was talking about it to show you guys what my skin looked like immediately after, or I'm gonna take a brief moment to readjust here. Again, this video is very impromptu, so the lighting might be off, might not look like my normal setup. I'm also filming on a wide angle lens, so my face might be a little stretched out, paired with the breakouts. I'm just not doing my face any justice today. But as I was saying, I woke up in the morning, I saw the breakouts, and I immediately posted it to Instagram or Instagram stories because it always sparks up a conversation, and I feel like I get a lot of help from you guys, and of course, my friend Mariah Leonard, who is also here on YouTube, DMs me and she's like, oh my God, what happened? What caused that? Because she has extremely sensitive skin, and I feel like homegirl has seen everything, been there, done that when it comes to skin issues. So I told her, I was like, oh, I used a facial epilator for the first time and I woke up and this is what happened. I completely broke out. And she goes, oh, wow, I didn't realize folliculitis could be that bad from an epilator, from that kind of device. And I was like, folliculitis, what is that? So I immediately started Googling folliculitis. I emailed my doctor, my dermatologist, sent him photos. I was like, what is folliculitis? Folliculitis is when the root of the hair gets infected. So I feel like what happened, again, is the fact that I used the epilator, which completely removed the hair from the root. It opened up the hair follicles, and I applied skincare and makeup too soon, or just used the wrong products, overworked it while the hair follicle was exposed, and it led to it getting infected. So right now, I'm waiting for my doctor to respond, but I am pretty sure that this is folliculitis because of the way it looks in comparison to the images that I saw online. Once my doctor gets back to me, I will follow up with you guys. I do want to show you some remedies that I'm using to deal with this because I do have some stuff that was prescribed to me a while back when I was having a series of bad breakouts. So I emailed my doctor as well to see if I could use those items on the folliculitis or if I have to get prescribed something else. But it has calmed down a lot today. It's a lot less inflamed. There's no more pus really, no more whiteheads. They look like whiteheads, I guess it's just pus in the hair follicle. I know, it's so attractive. That seems to be gone, so they seem pretty dried out now. I don't want to apply any makeup to the face because as I was reading up on folliculitis, or even just causes of acne in general, I was looking up what causes breakouts. It's usually excessive bacteria, the spreading of bacteria, touching your face, your phone. Also, sweating. I didn't do an intense workout. I actually had to cancel boxing the morning that I saw this reaction because I just knew that sweating that much might intensify it. So I've been doing yoga instead because I don't get really sweaty when I do yoga. Just letting my skin breathe, not applying any product. I so badly want to cover it up with makeup, but I just know if I do that, I might make it worse. So I'm really holding back on applying makeup until it completely heals. So let me just show you guys what products it is that I'm using, both prescription and non-prescription. In case you don't have access to a doctor like I do, you might find this information helpful. That was basically my intention with this video. It wasn't to complain about my skin or be like, oh my God, look at what happened to me. It's more so to give you information that might help you out in case you don't have access to a doctor and maybe you're going through the same thing and you can't find any answers. Hopefully this video helps you out. So let's go see what it is that I'm using and we'll take it from there. All right, here's the lineup. Let me go over what is prescription so you guys know which ones you have to go see a dermatologist for. This first one is Retin-A, which I'm probably going to stop using now that I'm assuming it's not acne. And a lot of these items can be very drying. So if I can stop using one of the drying items, I will. So I'm probably going to hold off on using this for now. This Clindamycin 1% solution I feel like has really helped to dry out the whiteheads that I was seeing. This stuff is great. It is prescription, so you have to see a dermatologist. I call it like a prescription toner. It smells like pure alcohol. It's a liquid. You dab it on with this sponge applicator directly onto the infected areas, and I feel like it zaps any sort of whitehead breakout within a day or two. So I asked my doctor if I can continue using this on my current situation, and I'm just waiting to hear back from them. But if you see a dermatologist, ask them about this. It's great to have on hand. This product you can pick up no problem. I got my refill from Amazon, but I usually get it directly from PCA Skin. It's a benzoyl peroxide cleanser. This is the BPO 5% cleanser. This really helps to prevent future breakouts, and it really clears out the pores or cleans them out. So I started off by just washing my face once a day in the morning with this because it can dry your skin out. And then once my skin got used to it, I started using it morning and night. So right now I'm using it morning and night to help clear my skin up. Because these 3 items can be drying, I'm making sure to use a hyaluronic acid serum. I love the one from The Ordinary. It's very affordable, but they're always sold out, so I've kind of just given up on them. This one is from, I believe it's called Youth to the People. It's from Sephora. This is called the Kale Tripeptide 5 Vitamin C Hyaluronic Acid. It just helps to hydrate the skin from within versus just sitting on top like a moisturizer. So this is great to help balance my skin out with all the drying products. And then for my moisturizer, I'm using one of my all-time favorite products or lines from Dr. Jart. This is the Cicapair range. This is the Tiger Grass Cream. I can't read it. It's like all scrunched up. I've pretty much finished it up. This moisturizer is incredible on sensitized skin. It doesn't further irritate it. It hydrates. It's just so incredibly soothing, and I feel like I'm gonna have to go to Sephora and pick another one up because this one's done. And I think that is gonna wrap up today's video. If you're a dermatologist, esthetician, and you're watching this and you saw everything I just mentioned and you're like, no, don't use that, please. Just a little reminder, be kind, help me out, give me some helpful information down below. Don't just yell at me. I don't exactly know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to correct the problem until I hear from my doctor. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. I am gonna hold off on applying makeup until this completely clears up, like I mentioned, because I don't wanna make it worse. So I don't know when my next makeup tutorial is coming exactly. I do have 2 videos on deck. However, they are technically sponsored, and I like to separate my sponsorships as much as I can. Trust me, it is out of my hands completely when they all get bunched up together. That's a whole other story time video. So one is a vlog from my trip to Bollywood Clinique, and I'm actually really proud of that one because with this vlog camera, I actually have a little more freedom cinematically to create or capture the shots that I want to create, and I just feel like I put a lot of effort into this vlog, so I'm excited for that to go up. So that one's for sure going up this weekend, or I think it is. See, this is another one of those situations. I think it's going up this weekend. We'll see. The other video is a sponsored mention for NARS using the Ignited palette, and for that makeup tutorial, I think you guys are gonna love it because the eyes look glossy and wet, but they're not glossy and wet. It's just the eyeshadow from the palette, and also the lip. I do two different lip options. One is like a vinyl vinyl plum deep vampy glossy lip, and the other one is a nude. But I never do glossy vampy lips because it can be a disaster, and this one came out so epic. So let me know if you guys want to see that, and I will upload it sooner than later versus waiting a bit. I just know that you guys don't like to see things that are sponsored one after the other, neither do I. So let me know for the time being since I can't film anything. But yeah, if you're new, I'm assuming that this video might have attracted some new faces because the thumbnail might have spooked you a bit. Welcome, join the family, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you guys here more often. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, share it, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you, and Mika too. Do you want to say bye? No? Come here. Come here. She's over it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.